Hello, Princess Players! I'm Ginyan. In this video, I want to share with you the entire process of how I create my 1000 Princess series of Otome games all by myself. The footage in this video is compiled from clips of my previous videos, but the voiceover is newly recorded. Here's how I make Otome games. Step 1. Game script. All my game scripts are adapted from novels I've written myself. I've loved writing since I was young. In 2015, at the age of 27, I began self-publishing ebooks on Google Play. Now I'm 37, and I've been doing this for 10 years. So far, I've self-published around 40 romance ebooks and nearly 20 language learning ebooks. With the rise of AI technology, I began using it to adapt my romance novels into Otome games. However, all the scripts and character designs originate from my original stories. My romance ebooks are richly detailed and beautifully designed. For example, in Ginyan series, the story is romantic. The formatting is full color and visually appealing, with character dialogues accompanied by avatars and additional features like CG photo gallery, theme song, and mini games like Find the Pig. These ebooks are already content-rich and serve as the foundation for my game scripts. First, I draft chapter outlines and character summaries, then convert the novel into a code format and edit it using Visual Studio Code. Step 2. 3D character modeling. During the pandemic lockdown in 2020, I discovered a promotional bundle on Revolution's website and decided to start learning how to create 3D animation using iClone and Character Creator. Back in middle school, I had briefly started 3ds Max and later tried Blender and Cinema 4D, but those were too difficult for me. I found iClone and CC much easier to learn. The interface is user-friendly, character modeling is fast, bone rigging and facial expression adjustments are convenient. By the time I started making Otome games, I had already spent 4 years self-learning 3D animation. These are some clips of the 3D animations I created between 2021 and 2024. Typically, I use Midjourney to generate portraits based on descriptions from my novels, and then use Character Creator's headshot plugin to quickly build the character models. I adjust facial features and body parts as needed. The character's hair, outfits, and accessories come from 3 resources. 1. Building assets in iClone or CC, especially for male characters, where I often just web the textures. 2. Meshy, an AI tool I use to generate 3D clothing and accessories. 3. Assets purchased from Revolution or DAS, which I then import. Step 3. AI-generated scenes. Before AI tools were available, I built 3D scenes the traditional way, constructing walls, floors, and windows to create a space, then adding sofas, curtains, furniture, and decorative objects like flowers. My style is maximalist, so creating one scene often took me over a week. Rendering was also slow, taking about 30 minutes per image, and I even burned out a computer because of it. Since that method was so time-consuming and labor-intensive, Once AI tools became available, I switched to using Midjourney to generate background images for my games. All the backgrounds in my games are now AI generated. I also use Meshi to create various 3D objects, from small items like a jewelry box to large ones like a piano. This saves me a huge amount of time and effort when it comes to building 3D scenes and assets. Step 4. Placing characters into the scene. All of the scenes in my games are created by rendering characters I modeled myself, then using green screen keying to place them onto AI-generated backgrounds, just like filming a green screen movie. Based on the scene, I adjust the camera angle and animate the 3D characters to match the environment, making sure the characters blend naturally with the setting. The character animations in my games are relatively simple. Most of the time, I use the default animations available in iClone and Character Creator. For more specific movements, like dancing or playing the piano, I purchase animations from the Revolution Marketplace. In the past, I even bought a motion capture suit to try motion capture myself. It was fun, but since Otome games mostly involve romantic conversations rather than complex actions, I didn't need it often. Each scene is created manually by placing characters into backgrounds. For every game, I create over 1,000 unique scenes in this way. Step 5. Writing code. Back in middle school, I briefly studied Pascal and Visual Basic, but I didn't really learn to code at that time. However, since I've been running my own websites for the past 10 years, since 2015, I've gained some familiarity with HTML. When I decided to create Otome games, I tried various tools like Visual Novel Maker and LearnPy. Eventually, I found NanoNovel to be the most suitable. NanoNovel is a visual novel development framework built on the Unity engine. Even though I don't know the C# programming language, I was able to learn NanoNovel's custom scripting language and start building games fairly quickly. I spent a lot of time studying NanoNovel's official documentation and guides, learning all kinds of commands and syntax, and writing code using Visual Studio Code. I've been studying NanoNovel for 3 years now. Whenever I run into issues, I reach out for help in the NanoNovel Discord server. I'm very grateful for the support from the developers. As I adapt my novel into code, I also add particle effect, screen shakes for the text box, and other enhancements to improve the visual experience, and then test everything in Unity. Step 6. UI design. The UI designs I create always include elements of an open book, which echoes the style of my ebooks. I love layering lots of ornate, decorative elements to create rich, elaborate interfaces. Since I was already very familiar with Adobe Illustrator from designing full-color ebooks, I start by generating beautiful item icons using AI tools. Then I use those assets to create an overall UI mockup in Illustrator. After that, I extract and save each element individually as PNG files, which I then import into Unity to use as buttons, icons, and other UI components. The UI elements I designed include Title UI, Control UI, the Backlog UI, CG Gallery UI, Save Load UI, and more. Step 7. Creating the text printer. since the game I'm making is an Otome visual novel game. The gameplay heavily relies on players continuously clicking through the text printer to progress the story. Therefore, the text printer is extremely important in this type of game. I designed the style of the text printer in Adobe Illustrator and tested in Unity. For my game, I created a golden dialogue text printer with character portraits, as well as other styles such as mobile chat printers, diary printers, and book style printers. Step 8. Designing choices and multiple endings. What makes visual novels different from ebooks is that players can make different choices through buttons, and each decision can lead to a different ending. While adapting my novel into a game script, I added multiple branching endings to enrich the story and enhance player engagement. Step 9. Creating mini-games and custom variables. Although my coding skills are limited, I still used what I've learned to create fun mini-games in different styles. By setting custom variables, I allowed players to complete tasks and gain values such as the print smile, fingerprint, and heartbeats. I also used 2 random keywords to make items appear randomly. These mini-games may look simple, but I spent a lot of time thinking, coding, and testing to bring them to life. Step 10. Music and sound effects. I used Suno AI to generate music, even after listening to dozens of generated tracks. It's not always easy to find a melody I'm happy with. I mainly use simple style keywords like pop, ballad, and dance. Only the tracks with truly beautiful melodies make it into the game as theme songs, for which I also create music videos. As for sound effects, I used 11 labs to generate AI sounds such as screeching, brakes, or girls chatting. These are generated automatically by entering specific keywords. Step 11. Voice acting. In my game, all character voices are AI generated.
我仰起头，崎岖陡峭的高耸台阶延展到了山顶。
After selecting a specific voice for each character using TTS Maker, I manually input each line of the dialogue into TTS Maker to generate the voice lines with AI, then save them. For example, in Ginyan 1, I created around 4,000 voice lines. In the future, each game will likely have around 4,000 lines as well. After that, I go into 90novel and use the voice map feature to link these voice lines with the script dialogue, check for errors, and manually connect any lines that weren't automatically matched. Step 12. Translating into multiple languages. In addition to game development, I work as a language teacher and teach online. I have a deep love and interest in different languages and cultures. I've self-published nearly 20 language learning ebooks on Google Play, and I plan to release more in the future. Because of this passion, I use AI translation to support up to 15 languages in all of my games. To make multilingual support possible, I first export the script from Unity in CSV format. The first column contains each line of the script, and the first row is used for language labels. I then use ChatGPT to translate the script into different languages and add the translations to the spreadsheet. Besides the relatively easy conversion between traditional and simplified Chinese, other languages are more time-consuming. Once completed, the 15-language CSV file is re-imported into the Unity project. Step 13. Testing and publishing the game. After the game is finished, I conduct full testing. First, I tested with Unity, then build a Windows version and test that. Afterward, I switch to the Android platform, connect Android phones and tablets, and test the game in developer mode. Once all testing is complete, I upload the game to Steam and Google Play. Before that, I prepare all the necessary store content, text, images, and video materials. After passing the platform review, the game is officially released. Thank you for playing the games I developed. I will keep improving both the content and the technology, and continue to deliver even better games to Princess players. See you in the next video.